Do you want to write a review the best you can in part 2 of the writing of Cambridge? Look no further. Stay to the end of the video and you'll see what the best review you can write would look like. So, before part 2, we have the essay. This never changes. But of course, in part 2, we could review something like a book, a product, a restaurant, even a film, and the magazine. We're going to talk about 3 different steps to write the review, a great review. Step 1, make a plan. You should plan to have a very good structure. The first thing you need to think about is the title. Make sure it's an interesting title. The next thing is an introduction. Make sure the introduction is very catchy. After the introduction, you need to make a summary of the plot. So what was the book about, or what was the film about, etc, etc. A surprising moment, something that really caught your attention. And then finally, last but not least, your recommendation. And remember, you're going to want to separate these into clear paragraphs so that the examiner knows what he or she is reading without getting a headache. Okay, remember about the tone you're going to use as well. It's not like you're talking to maybe a friend in the playground or a mate at the bar. You want to use kind of a friendly tone, but maybe not too formal. Semi-formal and you should be fine. Okay, step 2. Now you're going to start writing your review. Now that you have your interesting title, maybe it was The Unexpected Hero. It's short, it's snappy, it catches the reader's attention. Now you have to look at the introduction. Make sure it's engaging. You could start with a rhetorical question. For example, are you a fan of, and then write whatever you're giving a review about. For example, if it is a film, are you a fan of Men in Black? Are you a fan of Avatar? Then you could even give a general statement about what you're reviewing. Superman is based on an ordinary man who turns into a superhero to save the lives of people in the city. Now, the second paragraph should summarize the plot. And remember, we usually use the present simple to describe this. For example, Superman is an office worker by day, but when he is called to save people's lives, he changes into his suit. So you're using the present simple when you're describing the plot. Okay, the third paragraph, this is when we introduce the surprising moment or something that really shocks you. This is where you could use a phrase like, the most shocking part is when, or I couldn't believe it when, or in fact. Okay, and now the fourth paragraph. This is where you, yes you, have to make a recommendation. The examiner wants to hear your overall opinion. It could be something like, I strongly recommend, and remember, do not forget to say why. Why would you recommend this? What is so special about this? Imagine it was Superman. You could say, I strongly recommend people watching the movie Superman because it's an unbelievable story about the fascinating life of a superhero living in the city who is the protagonist of the movie. Okay, step 3, check it. Now that you have your winning review, it's time to check for all those mistakes that could have happened. Make sure you check. You've answered all parts of the question, it's easy to read, your spelling is correct, you've used the third person, you've used punctuation, and there's a variety of nouns and adjectives. Okay, and some final tips before you go. Pick something you know very well. Imagine if you are writing a review about a book, choose a book that you know and you like or you love so much, so you have more ideas coming to your head. Don't be afraid to give both positive and negative opinions. Experiment with using the first person and try addressing the reader with you. You will be so engaged watching this film about Superman, for example. And finally, remember to put some of your own personality into the review. Have some fun with it and good luck!